All right, so starting a little bit late today. Gosh, there's my camera. Yeah, so I was trying to do charting yesterday, trying to figure out, the problem, which is mainly that, um, I was getting too many of these stupid signals, and let me just check my log here. Aha, the smooth cloud did give an alert a couple of times. 410. Let me look at that. What happened at 410? See if there was anything. See, I don't know. 3 a.m. So somewhere in here it gave an alert. And then it also gave one at 1 at 2200. What is that? 11? Uh, Gosh, I don't even know what time that is. Yeah, so something's not right there. But yeah, this is all the same stuff though. Like if you look at it, this was yesterday. This ended here yesterday. So it didn't really go anywhere, and it didn't really go anywhere all last night either. It's been in this range. This is a range. It's been trading in this range since like the beginning of yesterday. So it hasn't really created there's no direction here. But enough of that. I'm still working on this one, but let us go back here. So this is what I changed yesterday. So I didn't realize that this has a setting where you can change the time frame. So 4 was set to the chart and the chart's set to a minute, but I changed it to 5 minutes. Okay, so I don't want to stop seeing everything on the 1 minute, because I don't know, I think for some people, the 1 minute, um you look at the 1 minute and you're like, oh my gosh, like it's too much information, too much information, too much stuff happening, right? But for me on the 1 minute, I don't see that. It's easier for me to kind of zoom out on the 1 minute. So I'm leaving it on the 1 minute. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to fix the fact that I was getting so many of these, because like you get all of these, right? So each of these are where on the 1 minute we are, overbought here, oversold here, oversold here, oversold here. But on the 5 minute, we never actually oversold. We came very close right here. We're about at 33, right? And we set it to 30. So the lowest we go is about 33. And so this doesn't even give us a signal to potentially buy from here, right here. This one came down to 29, and right, that was at 11:39. um so, and I honestly don't think I have these set for some reason that these are set. um yeah, they're set to the one. I don't even know. This is divergence, regular bullish divergence. Okay, where's the ones that I set to the 5 minute? See, that's the thing. I have these alerts and I don't even know what they're coming for, what they're for. So let me just delete this RSI, right? But then it's all set to that. I don't even, okay, that might be the RSI. I really don't know because I didn't label these um I didn't label these properly, so I'm just gonna delete them and reorder everything so that I'm not getting alerts for things and I don't know what they're for. So basically, I want to set alerts for this. Right, so here, this is for divergence, but it should not be. So it should be for the overbought, oversold, and I'll say crossing up. Okay, crossing up, and then the value is gonna be, I'm gonna do 69 because 70 works, but there's a lot of instances where it comes close. So I will also do, I will just do one off. So per bar, and then I'll say RSI over bought. Okay, so we'll create that. So whenever it comes up, not comes back down, but when it comes up, it's gonna give me an alert. Right, it's gonna give me an alert when it comes up, right? And it's on this 5 minute. It's not on this 1 minute, because if it was on the 1 minute, it would have happened a lot more times than it's happened here, right? And then after that, we'll set, why is it stopped? Edit once per bar, crossing. Maybe I have to do crossing. I don't know why it says that it's stopped. It should be active. Interesting, 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 dun, dun, dun. Okay, for some reason, it's not letting me activate this alert. Restarted. Restarted. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Here, let me do this. Let me flip on over to 5 minute. Okay. And then let me reset this. 5 minute. 5 minute. Maybe this time. Maybe it's like you've set so many alerts, we don't allow you to set anymore. Let's start over. Delete. Yeah, so it doesn't change. And that's the good thing, is that because this is, for example, this is the peak. Let's draw a line, right? Let's draw a line right here. Okay, one second. I'm gonna draw a line right here. So this is the peak here, and it lines up with this candle here, but this is a 5 minute candle, but these should line up. So when you go back to the 1 minute, and you kind of zoom out, right, where this first crosses the channel is about right here. And so you're actually getting the signal, because the signal will come in here, but it would actually come in more like here, or even here, because it likes to come in late. So honestly, that's good. That's good. But let's go back to the file. I just like to check it and make sure it lines up. Okay, so now let me try this again. Because yeah, for some reason, I tried to do alerts and I just have issues. One issue after another, but let's try this one, okay? And yeah, I still have to change the description of these, but it's gonna be the same. It's literally gonna be exactly the same. So yeah. See. See, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe it won't let me because one second. Create. Still not working. All right, let me try something else. Let's go here. It's not letting me set up that alert, and I kind of need it because that's gonna tell me, it's basically gonna limit, because before I was getting so many like oversold signals, and I'd run in and be like, okay, well, we're in some sort of a trend, so like this is completely irrelevant, or I don't know, a lot of them were just not good signals. And so if you notice on the 5 minute, for example, you remember all of those little red ones we were getting? We don't have any we don't have any of them here. There's no extra greens or extra reds, and not that there never will be, but again, it's just, it's not there. So it's trying to, I mean, I'm trying to limit the amount of background noise. So let's see if we could set an alert on this instead. Okay. Why? Crossing, and then 69 and once per bar, and RSI. I don't know. Like, this could just be a hey, whoa. Why is this one active now? Guys, I don't even know. I do not even know. It says it's stopped and then it says it's active. I'm just gonna go. I don't want so many things on my chart. Maybe I'll try to go back here, and maybe it just needed a minute to activate. It doesn't usually do that. That's why it's weird that it wasn't working. But I thought it was me, but apparently it's probably just the, and this one, instead of 30, we'll do 29. No, wait. Nope, nope, nope. Then I'm gonna do 30. I would do, is it 31? Pretty sure it's 31. Okay, per bar. There, that way, we can catch them a little earlier. Because it's like, if it's gonna make it to 31, it's probably gonna hit 30, and it'll just get me back to my desk and ready to take a trade. All right, what are we naming this one? Again. Oh, sorry, this is oversold. I forgot. So we're at the bottom. And create. All right, so it probably will take a minute to load. Okay, I'll get rid of this. All right, so this is on the 5 minute with the, yeah, with this as a 5 minute as well. So everything is saved. Okay, see, now it works. It just took like an extra minute. No, now it's been stopped. That's because I hit save. Dang it. Okay, anyways, so now, see, this one came super close. Not quite. But now what'll happen is when I get these Because if you go here back to the 1 minute, right, there actually was a sign of it being oversold. Even here and here and here, that doesn't show up on the 5 minute at all. And so that's kind of why is we want less noise, definitely less noise. So you go here, for example, you could try to move it over here. I mean, I don't think it should, that's the thing, I don't think it should matter because the indicator is set. I just want to see it on my chart. I guess I don't have to because I already know that it's there, but I don't know, I just want to move the things over to this chart because you can see them on the 5 minute. Well, now they're not on the 5 minute, so I think they're, but yeah, you could see them here, but you couldn't see them here. Right, so basically what this does is this is to limit how many signals I'm getting. So I would get a signal here to buy, right? But I wouldn't get one here, right? I would get one here to sell, right? But I wouldn't get one here or here. And then when you see there's divergence, so for example, here's divergence, then that's another what is that? Yeah, that's another indicator. So what happened here is if there's divergence, I could set a chart alert to be above here, and then if it comes up, right, then I'm looking for divergence, right? Here I can also look for divergence, right? But I wouldn't get any of, because if you notice, there's one all the way back here, which I would not have gotten that alert, and I would not have gotten this alert. Probably would have gotten this one and these ones, and this is where you look, okay, there's divergence now. So and then you could be selling here, for example, and then even up here there's also divergence between this one and this one, depending on how far back you want to look. So I can also see this as a possible, possible. Hey, where is my other line of stuff? Other line of code. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the MACD is hiding way down there. Yeah, I can get rid of these lines. But yeah, this is gonna be another, probably just another passive stream. But I will be popping in and out until it's time to start work, and then I'll probably just be done for the day. Let me go check some stuff. Okay. Yeah, I know, I'm sore. My trainer had us doing core exercises, and my core is weak as fork. And so, yeah, my arms were shaking. I was sweating after that workout. I was like, damn, I'm out of shape. And then I regretted eating all those jelly beans and cake and all a bunch of that garbage I ate over the weekend because we didn't have training last week. And so yesterday was our first day back. And yeah, I was like, yeah, we were all sore and crying. Well, I wasn't crying, but I wanted to. Okay. And so yeah, I feel like the goal for this is not that hmm, yeah, the goal for this is not that I don't want, um, not that I don't want there to be um, notifications. I just don't want every single one, right? Because if you're running in on every single time here and here and right, it's like, why am I getting all of these, right? But if you're just running in when there's one and, you know, two and three, it's it's significantly limiting the amount of, honestly, the amount of back and forth and back and forth. Like here, there's no notification right here. Like you don't get anything right here. And yes, that was a nice push up, but like I'm not, because I could run in on this one, I could run in on that one, but it's like I don't get any of these. Maybe this one would probably be the only one that I would have gotten, and that's one that I could have held, right? Because where's price now? It's all the way up there, but it came all the way up here, right? So that's the only one that I would have gotten, right? Out of all of these, that's the only one that I would have gotten. And then because I'm only taking one, right, I'm significantly lowering my amounts of trades that I have to take, right? Because that's part of the problem. I was like, okay, these are my rules for entry. These are the rules for entry, right? Okay, well, if those are the rules for entry, then every single time here, there, here, there, all of these I have to run in and place a trade, right? And I want to limit the number of trades that I have to take, quite honestly, because with each trade, right, with each trade, there's a significant, you having to place that risk and there's that potential reward. But with each trade that you take, right, yes, you're increasing what the reward could be. You're also increasing what that risk is as well. The more trades you take, it's like, oh yeah, I could make $100 with that trade, or I could lose $100 with that trade. And it's like, if you take 5 trades, yes, you could make $500 each time, like not each time, but in total, you could make $500, or you could lose $500 each time. So the goal is to decrease the number of trades while increasing my reward, um, increasing the reward. Because if I'm like, okay, if I'm getting 100 million signals each time this happens, if I'm getting 100 million signals, I'm looking to scalp. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just scalp a little bit here, a little bit there. But if I'm only getting one signal, then that's something that I'm gonna want to hold and try to hold for as long as I can. Um, and that's kind of the point, right? Is I want to be able to get in trades that I can hold versus trades that I can't, right? And so, like for example, here, this was a busy morning, right? So our first signals, we might have gotten some here, but then definitely in here we would have started getting some, right, to sell, and to sell here, right? But then this one up here, this is where there's actual bearish divergence right here. This is where the divergence happens, not up here, all in this mess, right? I mean, you could have sold and still made a good amount if you sold here, but you wait for that divergence, and then that's one that you can hold, right? So when you wait for divergence, those are the ones that you wanna, well, those are the ones that I wanna hold, is when I see there's actual divergence. Like here, yeah, you could try to pop in and you could maybe make something, right? Like I would see like, okay, we're going down here, so maybe in here I might wanna start hitting sell, right? And that's a decent, that's a decent profit, right? If you were going down to here, but you wait for that divergence and then you can hold it for the rest of the day. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? Because then I don't get, see, all of these things that happened here and there, all of that. I don't get any of those alerts, right? And that's what was tripping me up because I'm like, well, I'm getting so many alerts. I'd be working and I get an alert and I'd be like, oh, I gotta go. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. What if that's just a, see, and I'm trying to take out the what if that's just a pullback. What if that's just a, so by reducing it to reducing my signals to only the 5 minute, I'm reducing the, I don't know, the noise. Like for example, here, and I don't think it even shows divergence here. It doesn't. It really even doesn't. But here, for example, I would start getting signals back here. So this would probably be the first one. And then there's one here. And then there's one, there'd be some here, right? So all of this was so oversold. It's just, signal, all of these signals, all of these signals. And then eventually we had this huge dump. Like, look at all these candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 white candles in a row, just all the way down. And we were oversold down to 17. That is a lot. So at that point, come all the way back up. And so, you could have been selling each time you saw one of these. Sorry, buying each time you saw one of these, and probably would have lost depending on what your risk is, right? But the second you see this one, I think anywhere you bought in here, you'd be fine. So, yeah. So again, that's the point, right? Because yes, when it's something like this, you're gonna get a lot of signals, but um, like it's also cutting out some of those that are in right here, like yeah, you're getting some here and even here, but some of these are not happening. These ones, I think, because it sold so much, like that first, it just everything was just oversold, like pretty much all night, because here we got that. And this is where I was looking to buy at one point. I was looking to buy right there. And then I didn't, and it did. It bought up a little, but it never really gave that. It never really gave that. It never gave that overbought signal on the 5 minute. So I never would have sold here, to be honest, right? Because we're not overbought. And it just kept selling, right? And so I don't know. I don't know if that 50 line is key, but we're not gonna use that, right? So yeah, so again, it just sold and it's immediately, and so that's why this entire day was basically just oversold. Like this entire morning, first part was all oversold just because of this huge drop. And then it was just like, okay, well, I guess this is where we're at now, because it was all the way down to 14. Yeah, 1461. That's crazy. That's crazy. 1461. And so to be oversold 14, it has to come back. So all of this, it was just, I don't know. You'd probably look for something like some sort of a correction where you're getting that, but it just kept selling. And I honestly expected it to buy up at some point, and it never did. So, yeah, that's crazy. See, because then when we actually do start buying up, when we start getting these overbought, right? But they're happening above this middle line. And so we're just keep buying up, buying up, buying up until, we get up here. And then, yeah, we ended up selling quite a bit all day. And, and then we just kind of chopped around a little too. But that's my goal. That's my plan. As far as, changing out the time, because I didn't know I could change this time frame. I never really thought about changing time frames until John was like, oh, you can change the time frame and get better information. And I was like, yeah, yeah. And then I was like, oh, wait a second, this is actually helpful um, because yeah, you change the time frame, and you change the time frame, and it's giving me 5-minute information, oversold information on a 1-minute chart. So I'm not getting all of this 1 minute, because on the 1 minute everything gets all jumbled up, it gets all messed up, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But you move over to the 5-minute and you're getting a lot less noise. And so by setting my alerts to the 5-minute, I'm taking out the noise of, yeah, I'm taking out the noise. So, because here, right here, look at that, we're getting more oversold. And actually, I should have gotten an alert at this point. My alerts are not working for some reason. Yeah, I got no alerts for that. That's so weird. Yeah, so I should be getting an alert right here. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with TradingView's alert system, because I've been having issues setting alerts, and also um getting them as well. Because I wasn't getting any, like, not, you saw it. There was like a couple last night, and they weren't even for this. So that's so weird, because now it looks like we're getting oversold. And we're even getting oversold here. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Here is what I am gonna do. Oh. Oh, wait, let me change it over here. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go. No, I don't want to add an alert on that. Yeah, go away. Okay. Nope. Why won't it let me? See, it keeps saying add alert on the divergences, but it's not letting me add alerts on there. That's so strange. Like, that's so strange. Okay, we have to bring it back. Bum, bum. Ooh. Okay. Give me Jesus, you can have all this world. You can have this world. You Okay, so there's one thing that I don't know, I just noticed about the RSI. So if you look at this, right, this is RSI based moving average. And I literally never pay attention to this thing ever. I always remove it from the chart because it's just a stupid little yellow line. So I always remove it. But now that I'm looking at it, something stands out, right? Something's standing out. What is that, you might ask? Whoa, what is all that? Okay, so what I'm seeing is that, okay, first of all, where is the chart? Yeah, everything's all glitchy and slow. I think it's because it has like a lot of things running. So it's right. So what I notice is when we cross above this 50 line, when the moving average crosses above that 50 line, like, yes, we're in an uptrend, but almost feel like when it's below, it's in a downtrend, and when it's above, then it's in an uptrend. And then when you get this push down, like this spike down, it's almost like this is a pullback to continue this uptrend that we just entered. Like, we just entered this uptrend, well, back there. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm just now seeing this. Like, what? Like here, for example, we crossed over the 50 line, and then we had, these little spikes up, right, as we're crossing here, as like this is our pullback because we've entered into this downtrend. Um, I don't know because then we come back here and we just tap that 50 line, but we stay below it. And then, but we're just kind of going sideways, right? And then here we cross it right here, and we also have this little pump down, and then we're continuing this uptrend. So I don't know, that's just something interesting that I noticed with this, but I'm trying to find videos about it because everybody uses these lines, but I've never found a video of someone using this line before, and it's so strange because it's like, this has been here forever. And oh, finally my signals are working. Okay, my alerts are working now. They were not working before. Okay, I actually did not mean to go here. I actually wanted to go here, and then go to settings. Okay, so I want this middle line, I want to change. Can we make it a color? Like blue, for example? And then maybe like make it a solid line so I can see it. Or maybe make it red or something. Or green. I don't want to ruin the color scheme. No, green's too weird. Could do this color blue. White. Ooh, a white line looks good. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're doing a white line. Okay, make it a little thinner and make it. Okay, there we go. That's what we like to see. Okay. Okay, so this is something that I'm gonna watch some videos about because, yeah, that is interesting. I always delete this line from the chart because I'm just like, yeah, extra noise. But what if this is important in trend direction, right? If we're above it, we're in an uptrend. If we're below it, we're in a downtrend. Although this is a sideways downtrend, but it is a downtrend. And each one of these little peaks back up to the 50 is some sort of a pullback to continue down right here. And this one goes well above 50. And these are all just pullbacks, especially when you get this. It's just interesting. I want to watch some videos about that this morning. So we got some time before we gotta start our day. Um, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'll drag the video over if I find one and then we can watch it together. Oops. I don't know where I got that car picture. I like it though. It's a cool picture. All right, so I just got done watching a video. It did not give me any good, like that's the thing. I can't find any good videos. But from what I'm seeing here, right? So the RSI is a momentum-based indicator, just like the MACD, also a momentum-based indicator. And see, that's the thing. The person was saying in the video is that just because it's, you know, overbought, oversold, right, doesn't mean that it's going to now reverse, right? It can stay overbought or oversold. Like for example, well, where is that day? I think it was all the way back here. Yeah. So exactly right here, for example, it can stay over sold for quite a long period of time. That's the key here, right? Is that just because you're getting a line here, just because you're saying, oh, it's oversold, it's oversold in the 5 minutes, it's oversold here. Oh, look, there's bullish divergence here, which yes, there is, but here's the thing, just because there is doesn't mean that it's gonna automatically just reverse and just go up the opposite way, right? It can be oversold and it was basically oversold all night, all night, all night. And so again, yes, price can stay oversold for quite some time. And so the person in the video was talking about how you need to look for a break in a trend, in a trend line, look for a trend line break versus looking for that oversold. So I'm just gonna draw draw some lines on here. Do, 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 do. You know, for example, if this was the trend line that we drew because it touches some of these, right, then I would count that break in the trend line here. Let me go. Actually, where did this even start? That's the main question. Ah, it started right here. Okay. And then, oops. I guess I could go to a higher time frame to draw this line because this is annoying. And then we follow the trend. A line goes here. Okay, that's plenty of touches. Okay, so this is our first break of this trend line. Depending on how you, this is why I don't like trend lines, because it's all subjective to how you drew it in the first place. So you draw a line out here, make sure it's straight line. So yeah, this would be that first break of your trend line. It comes back and it retests, sort of, and then it continues higher, and then it comes back to it again, and then it kind of sweeps through it a little bit, maybe just sweeps some of this, I don't know, and then it buys back up. So, yeah, break of a trend line. I don't like trend lines just because I feel like they're so subjective. They're so subjective, you know. If I draw my trend line starting here, if I draw it there, if I start there, where does one even begin to draw a trend line? That's my thing. That's why I don't that's why I don't use them to trade, because it's like they're so subjective, right? Yeah, they're so subjective. It's like how do you even begin to use this, right? So, but yeah, it is a momentum based indicator, right? And so just because it's oversold just says that the momentum is selling, and it's selling a lot. But it doesn't always have to reverse. But here's the thing, whenever you see one of these lines, price does one of two things, right? Either it buys up a little, so it's a pullback, and then it continues, right? Like right here, a little bit of a pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation, 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 and then finally that one actually reversed. This is a pullback continuation. This is a very baby pullback, right? Because it does pull back just a tiny bit. Continuation, pulls back, continuation, right? So in all of these instances, right, it's just a pullback for a continuation, until finally, I mean, up here, it didn't really reverse. It was just a really big pullback. And then it came up here, a little bit of a pullback, one here, and then that one, it actually reversed, right? And there was also divergence included. And so that's why I look at divergence, because it shows, okay, the momentum is decreasing even while we are going lower and lower, right? So, I mean, that's a great signifier of a reversal, is when you have that divergence. But again, right, there was no divergence here. It just had a one last spike down and then completely flipped around. So you never got that divergence, right? So again, I don't know. What I want to focus on is how to incorporate this. Yeah, how to incorporate this moving average, right, into what's, and just help me see what's going on, right? Because again, the last thing we want to do is just start hitting, sell when we see a little green line form. Oh, sell. See a red one, buy. Because again, just because it's over bought or oversold does not mean it's going to reverse. It could just be continuing, right? How do we know that now we're in a downtrend, right? Because here we crossed that center line right here, and we had, this was below, and so now we come back up, and that's just more of a push down, more of a push down. So I don't know, that's something that we'll have to look into. See, for example, here we crossed right here, and then we were also getting a little spike up as we did, and then it just goes down, right? Obviously something up here would have been a better entry, right? I was not here at 4 in the morning, but obviously something right here would have been a much better entry. But if you got something like this, right, where we are crossing over that center line right there, and we have a little bit of a spike up at the same time, that could be a great place to scalp, right? If we're trying to scalp this, something like this, this is what I want to look for. Like when I'm trying to hold a trade, I'm looking to get entries like above a level like this to hold a trade. But for scalping, maybe this is something else I can incorporate, but we'll see. It's not, nothing is, oh look, nothing is, it's only, I need to change that because it's going to give me that alert every single time it hits this line. So I need to change it to only when it's crossing the alert, only when it's crossing below the line. But not when it's crossing either way, because then it'll just give me a bunch of alerts that I don't need. But yeah, let me just go where this crossed over and there was that little spike up. So right here, again, it's not a lot, but almost 400, about 4-ish hundred ticks between here and here, which is a lot if you're just scalping. If you just go in 2 contracts, that's $4,000. So again, you don't need much. I think it's $4,000 if you just went in 2 contracts. So yeah, between here and here when we flipped over. So something I can be backtesting. I like to backtest on the weekend and the weekends. Here's another one, for example. We were crossing here and we had that spike down. And so if you got in there, right? Let's see. So it crossed here and we already had that spike down. So let's say we got in there, this one at the peak, depends on how long you held it, but in a few candles, 400 ticks, right? See, I need to see what that's about, because here's another one, right? We had this peak up, and then we crossed, And then we had another little peak up right here. And you measure that. Right? So again, like this is something I could do to scalp for sure, but you know, just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. Hmm. But yeah, let me set one more. Mm, 1 second. All right, so we have the center here, here. Okay, that's just for my reference to see something today, but I'm going to turn off the. Oh my gosh, you're getting another one. Oh wait, I forgot. Goodness. Okay, that's better. That is so much better. Okay. Hmm. And the other thing I'm seeing is what happens when the RSI crosses the RSI based moving average. Because here I'm seeing, potentials for scalping, right? Like we cross here, you buy, you would cross here, you sell. And again, you're not getting a ton, right? You're not getting a lot. Like for example, here, not a lot at all. Like this is our crossover. So you sell here. But again, that's 100 ticks already. Like it doesn't look like a lot, but it's 100 ticks. But we're also coming up. So, and then here we cross right here, and um, and this would have looked like a crowd, like it was about that crossover, and it didn't. But then here we have that crossover right there, and then you get maybe 200 depending on how long you wanted to hold it, but a couple hundred ticks. So it doesn't take a lot. But that's just something that I'm noticing as well. Always seeing more interesting things, because I always get rid of this line every single time. Like it's never on my chart. And so the fact that it's there and it's giving information is it's a good thing. But we'll see. We'll see. Um but yeah, I do like to back test things before just like, doing them. Um because yeah, but see, but yeah, like I need a set of rules. What I want to do is I want to get a set of rules, have them printed out on the canvas or something where it says, okay, these are your rules for entry. This is your strategy. These are your rules, and it's check box. So yeah, because the whole point is to be a robot, basically. You have to be a machine when it comes to trading. You can't be emotional. You can't be like, I want to enter, but I'm not gonna because I don't feel it. I don't know. You have to leave your feelings. You gotta check your feelings at the door, okay? Then they have no place in trading. Um, what's this? Martial arts. Okay. Um, so yeah, I am gonna close out. I'm not done. I'm just gonna turn off the camera and everything, and then I will uh and then I'll come back and um but it'll probably be in a little bit. But I have my phone, so I'll see my notifications, and we're not gonna be doing anything based off of this MA, this moving average, but we will be doing stuff off of this, right? So why didn't I enter here? I'm not really sure. Anyways, yeah, I don't even know. What was I doing? Yeah, so oh, there's no divergence. That's divergence. But yeah, so we're just gonna let this sit for a minute, and I'll probably just do a lot of back testing. Because again, I want to have something back tested where my rules are written out, so I'm not just like arbitrarily entering trades. Because you can take emotions out of it when you have a set of rules and you have strict rules. When you don't, then that's when you're sitting staring at the trade and you're like, oh my gosh, right? If you're taking the trades set to your rules and everything is, your entry's good, your rules are set, you know when you're going to exit, and it wasn't based on emotion, it's easier to walk away from a trade that's not based on emotion than it is a trade that is based on emotion, like, period. So yeah, we're just gonna let this whole thing just sit, and will I will be back. I will be back momentarily. Well, not momentarily. I have things to do, but I will make sure my sound on. No, it's not even, my sound's not even on. Okay, now it is. So now I will be popping in probably around like 7:30 or so. So the next 30 minutes. And then we'll see what's going on. Again, this will be an all day passive stream where it'll be less talking and more just looking at the charts. So mm, I see people and you can change the name of your indicators so it says indicator 1, indicator 1, indicator 2. And I've seen people do that. It's like they don't want people to know what indicators they're using, so they mask them by renaming them. That's funny. Yeah. It was like, this is my proprietary trading information. Gosh. But yeah, things that I'm looking at are gonna be one, what we do when we cross here, when we are crossing here, and what we're doing when we are crossing these as well. So because here, we crossed way back here, that would have been a great entry to sell. So, maybe that's what I need to look at doing to, again, streamline my trading so that it's less emotional and more mechanical, right? Because I'm fine with risk management. Risk management's not my issue. Like, I lost $100. Well, looks like I'm done for the day. But I think more my issue is, um, I don't know. I think my biggest issue is not risk management. It's just entering. It's just entering trades. It's the psychology, because I don't know. I treat each trade as if you know, it's my own money, and if I lose, $100, I just lost $100 of my own money. So that's kind of how I treat it. But technically, I'm in the negatives in this account, so I don't even. I should be less scared to trade it, I should say, because my other account I haven't traded it. That one I have like 1,300 in that account, so. I don't know what stops me, but something does every single time. But yeah. So again, we're looking at what happens when the RSI crosses over, and maybe I need an alert for that too. 1 second. I'm not done. I thought I was done, but I am not. Let's do this. Okay, alert is gonna be for when the RSI crossing. So this RSI is crossing this RSI and MA. Once per bar. And it's going to be MA RSI cross. Okay, that's what we're going to call that one. Okay, that's confusing. Let's rename this one to MA cross 50 or center. There we go. So yeah, So we have the if when the MA crosses the center and then the M and the RSI cross each other. That's what we're gonna be looking at for potential for just the potential. Um gosh. Yeah, the whole point is to take emotions out of the game because when the emotions aren't there, you can kind of trade, mechanically, and that's what I'm trying to do is trade mechanically, and I've been struggling to do that for quite some time. Oh my gosh, yeah, the Nikkei, this was us yesterday, and we have not really done anything all night, all day yesterday, all night, nothing. So, um, yeah, once the Nikkei settles into a range, it could be in a range for days. I don't know. So, yeah, I want to trade the Nikkei, but the Nikkei is just, it's too much. Okay. I don't have a big enough buffer to trade it because what I'd have to risk I don't have enough to risk that to make something. So, that's all we're focused on this one. It's fine. But I'm gonna go and then I'll come back and we'll see where we're at as far as I don't know, this might be a day of back testing and maybe actually taking some trades in the process of back testing because what better way to back test than to just do it. But yeah, we'll see. But um gosh. All right, I am back. I was away for a minute. Look at that. We got these. Oh, was that 7:30? Okay. Yeah, we know we got these over bot signals and I didn't get one here. So, can't enter it, right? That's just the way it goes. Um, Looks like we are coming all the way back down to where we first had that crossover. Oh, I just got a signal that crossed. So these two, I just got a signal for this. Um, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I just got a signal for that crossover. Um, but yeah, so basically what I was talking about earlier was that um I need to have a written set, like a written set of rules, um, for entries and yeah, honestly, a written set of rules for entries. That's the biggest thing. Um, but yeah, I need to have a written set of rules for entering and um, make it as clear as day. As clear as day. I am so confused as to why I got that notification that popped up when here it's 7:44 here, but in reality, it looks like they crossed. Looks like they would have crossed here, but let me just hit that replay button and go back right here. No, let's go back right there. Let's go back here. Okay, so that's what happened. It was a sharp one. So if you click this, it was like that. And then it was like that. So they hadn't crossed yet. And then that one still hadn't crossed. Still hadn't crossed. Interesting. Still. Huh. That's as far back as it goes. What doesn't even make any sense? Mm-hmm. Seriously, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that replay is okay there. It didn't do it that time. But yeah, I think it's just because it moved so fast that it didn't give an accurate signal. And now we're in real time. Okay. So we're pumping back up. But yeah, so what I need a set of rules. Set of rules. Um, so that when I'm entering my trades, I have that like over off to the side, right? And it'll have my guidance, my rules for entering, rules for exiting, but mostly just for entering. Um, because the reversals, those are the bread and butter trades, right? So those are those trades that you want to sit in and you want to hold, right? The ones where you have these lines form, you're setting your stop loss, below it and you're just riding it out. Those are the kind of trades that you want to hold. And then there will be, you know, B level setups where we're just trying to scalp these. So I don't really have time to do backtesting today because I have some work to get done. So that's why I wasn't on here because I just have some things to do. Um, but yeah, you see how there's almost like this lag, right? Because this was here and then it just went boom. It just went all the way back here. Um, and it just kind of shot up. Like it's not, doesn't look like it's a real time. So it's happening in real time, which is, and actually, I know why. Ooh, I know why. Why? Because it's the 5 minute. I was like, why is there such a lag? You know, because here I got this signal right here at 7:44. Sorry, no, this one. Actually, no, I did get it at 7:44. Yeah, I got this one at 7:44, but it actually crossed way back here. And I'm like, why did it do that? That's why, because of the 5 minute delay. Exactly. Because if you count, this was the last one right here. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then it changed. So I'm like, why is there such a I'm like, why is there such a delay with this? And then I'm like, oh, because this is set to the 5 minute. So everything I'm seeing is 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late to the party. Let's go here. Oh, yeah, I'm already here. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we're on the time. Wait for time frame. Closes. Mm-hmm. Mm. I like it. Okay, that's what I have to do. Uncheck this box, I think. Check it. Uncheck it. Why does it make those go away? Interesting. Okay, so I think, and what I think this does is it's providing a more real time of what the charts actually of what it's actually doing, because I was saying, it's, there's a lag, right? There's like a lag and there's a delay because it's waiting for the 5 minute time frame to close before it actually moves these bars, but I want to actually see it happen on the 1 minute, right? So I want to see, um, as this is forming. Right, to see how this is forming as the the bar price action is going, it's the lines moving at the same time versus before it was waiting for the bar to close before it actually did anything, and that's what we don't want, because then we're not getting the information we need at the time that we need it. So um hmm. And then the only other thing I would change is I like the colors, but it's confusing me. So it's just easier to tell when green's on top, it's in an uptrend. When red's on top, it's in a downtrend. Simple. Um, but I don't know. I feel like that might be a little better. This was in some sort of a baby little downtrend, but it started back here. But again, yeah, I need to do some backtesting with this, but I can't really because I have some other things to do. Pup, what are you eating? Oh my gosh, it's always eating garbage. Okay, so I will. I probably won't leave this up just because I have other things to do, so I'm not even going to be able to come back um, and check in on it, unfortunately. So, boop. Goodness, that is bright, bright, bright. Okay, but yeah, these are the wrong glasses. Gosh. All right, that's all the time I have for today, but yeah, I'll be back again. Um I'll be back again. I'll probably be too tired tonight because last night I was so tired after my training, so I just passed out. So tonight will probably be the same. So I will not be on tonight, but I will definitely, when I have some free time, I'll be working on some sort of a chart to list out when to take a trip, when to enter, so that everything is very clear. Because, like I was saying before, I was like, divergence is even subjective, right? Like, divergence can be subjective. And so, if we just take the subject, because that's divergence right there, but if we just take, but that is also another thing where it's like, I wanted to be able to do these A plus trades, right? These bread and butter trades of like, I'm gonna get in and hold this. And so I'm still looking for those reversal trades, with divergence, but at the same time, I'm also um gonna be trying to incorporate some other things um that are less subjective and more clear picture. I know exactly what I'm looking for, kind of a deal. So, uh, that's all I got. I will, um, be back. I don't, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So, yeah, and for some reason, when I changed this, my alerts went away. When I said wait for time, I changed the wait for time frame close and the alerts went away. So we'll also still see if we still get alerts. But yeah, I got some things to do. Otherwise, I'd stay on here. But yeah, I can't be at the church. I can't be at my desk. So, and let's see. Oops. Yeah. So like yeah, I can't be at my desk. Otherwise, I'd probably leave this up, but I'm not gonna be here. So yeah. We'll save that and exit bar replay. I don't know why that's still on there, but yeah. Um. But yeah. Okay.